Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I say, I dated sunrise and sundown. Him a go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yay! The heathen them now there, so them there like a chaff with the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon the judgment of the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man them. Always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Joe, Kadamawe. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. And again, here we are not neutral, never. And we have never claimed to be. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And I'm most excited to be with you. Oh yes, come here. Now, my brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and here we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all this palatability for the nourishment of the family. We do exactly that here. The only difference is that we pick up ideas like ingredients from all walks of life, subject this to very serious forensic scrutinies. Pick up the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the headquarters of the truth. And again, my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Please do me a favor. Share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this today. Today we have a number of exclusives for you, and it's going to blow your mind. Please share the broadcast. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. And hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you will be alerted to watch us. This is the Black Pot, where we speak truth to power, aka Kukushodemo. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. If you have any story that you think we need to follow up on, you can also give us a shout. It is also on WhatsApp. Please feel free to interact with us night and day. Remember, this is the Black Empire TV, and the show is called The Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo. Keep your comments coming in. We will read them in 2 tranches. And at the end of the day, Ghana, Africa, humanity would be the winner. Today we have 3 very important stories to share with you. Story number 1. Watch this, and it's an exclusive. Exclusive. Prophet Bernard, ELBERNARD reveals name of next president of Ghana. It's an exclusive. President of the Republic of Ghana is John Dramani Mahama. After him, who comes next? In Ghana, we believe in prophecies. In Ghana, we believe in the supernatural. Not many do not believe in the supernatural in our part of the world. Naturally, we are a people who know God and love God and rely on God for our day-to-day activities. Now, who is Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun? He is the headman of the Spirit Life Ministries International. He is a man who so many people believe to be speaking the mind of God. He's been walking this path for so many years. Not once has he ever prophesied and it never came to pass. In the last elections, he announced who the winner of the elections would be at a time when many people believed that it was going to be somebody else. He even went ahead to mention the percentages. And then when exactly the results would be announced, many people fought him. Some insulted him because obviously their favorite was not the one that he said the Lord had chosen. Not many people gave him any serious mind. They just let him go. But it came to pass. John Dramani Mahama became president. And to make it even worse, he had even mentioned in his prophecies that the vice president of John Dramani Mahama will be taken ill. And if care was not taken, this woman was going to pass away. And it came to pass. She got very, very sick. She was flown out of the country against all odds to the United Kingdom and beyond for treatment. At the time that the president was sworn in, his vice president was overly sick. She had to be flown out of the nation for treatment. It took so long before she returned to the nation. Many have said she is not totally recovered, but our prayer is that she would get well. All these, Prophet ELBERNARD was able to pick the signals for from the throne room of the Spirit. This is Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun. Several years of prophesying, several years of always being accurate. He is one of the prophets of the land that so many people respect and believe. A few days ago, ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun, the prophet, came out and gave us a gist about who will be the next president of Ghana. He gave us a scenario in his church room. In fact, he had already mentioned that Kennedy and Japan will win the primaries come January 31. My brother, my sister, 2026. So that he will carry on the mantle of becoming the president via the conduit pipe of the NPP. Many people are still doubting this. Many have said that Kennedy Japan does not stand a chance against the ever-popular Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But as time is waning off, the countdown to the primaries of the NPP, it is becoming overly clear that Kennedy Japan is garnering more energy to move on. And many people are beginning to gravitate towards the prophecy of Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun. He made this prophecy at a time nobody gave Kennedy Japan a chance at the primaries. He had tried it once and failed. He was so disappointed. He met me personally and said, Blakk RASTA, I am so disappointed, but many people are telling me that I did well. All I could tell him was that the fact that people even voted for you at this magnitude, it means that you stand a chance another time. I wish you all the best. Now it's time for him to run again. And ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun, the prophet, has made it clear that he is the one who is going to edge it out on the ever-popular Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It's created a lot of furore in so many different corners. My brother, my sister, that is clear. Now, who is going to represent the NDC in the 2028 elections. ELBERNARD Nelson Eshan has made that one too clear. Who would be the running mate of Kennedy Ejapong? That has also been made clear. And in this edition, we're going to make everything clear. Names are going to be mentioned because we have been able to get some information, and this is deep. My brother, my sister. Now this is Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshan in his church prophesying and talking about how the 2028 election is going to be like. He mentioned names, but he held out the names specifically who would sit on the throne as president. But we have all the answers here. Let's watch him give us the scenario and the names involved in the caboodle in the 2028 election. Watch Prophet ELBERNARD.
And this vision has to do with 2028 and beyond 2028 and what will happen. So the man who came from the right hand side and sat on the chair and held this is AK. And AK is the savior of the NPP. And AK is Kennedy Ejapong. Then the first man who appeared on the side of NDC is Insect. And Insect is General Mosquito. He was holding a portion of it. And J came. And J is Julius Deborah. And he was holding a portion of it. Then the third person who appeared is IH. And IH is Haruna Idrusu. The conclusion of it, I will leave it. And who will finally sit on the chair? Who will finally sit on the chair in the 2028 election? My assignment, I'm a prophet. I share visions and revelations from the Spirit. The reason why I have not told you who will represent NDC is because the government just started. So they need room to breathe. So they will breathe. And those who are close to me, I've already told them who will represent them. And who the person will represent, who will finally sit on the chair. Who will sit on the chair. It's done. 2027, I will come and tell you who had won the 2028 election. I've already done the videos. Stephen, have I done the video with you? How many have I done so far with who had won? How many confirmation? 3 confirmations. Correct. I've done it. But I've told you, zip your mouth. Zip your mouth. God bless you. So, there is a title in that book called The Woman. There was a chapter in that book.
All right. Now, my brother, my sister, come into the studio. Now we are away from the church. And I need you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. This is a little technical, but we're going to open it up so you understand it better. My brother, my sister, Bernard Nelson Eshun is a prophet of quality and authenticity. Not many people doubt him. He's not that type of prophet who is so loud. He relegates all his activities to the church room. But with the years passing by, he's been able to build a very powerful, authentic dossier that has broken the walls of his church and gone out virally to the ears of many people in and outside, with or without Ghana. My brother, my sister. Now, he explained it clearly in this video. One man is going to be the savior of the NPP, and his name is Kennedy Ejapon. Kennedy Akompreku Ejapon. And we all know him, right? Kennedy Ejapon. That's the man here. He is going to edge out Baumia, and then he will stand strong. Would he win the elections in 2028? We have all the answers here, according to Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun. Would he win it, or would he not win it? How about the NDC side? As we heard in the tape, 3 contenders are going to fight each other tooth and nail. All of them believe that they have worked hard enough to represent the party, the NDC. Who are they? One after the other. Julius Deborah would be standing, and he is sure that he is the right person to succeed John Dramani Mahama. Please bring the photo of Julius Deborah. I need it quick. Pay attention. This is a very technical story, and I need you to watch me properly and follow this thing up. Julius Deborah is going to be running. Number 2 is Haruna Idrisu. He would also be running. And the third person in contention, my brother, my sister, is the ever popular insect, the general of all the insects, General Mosquito. He would be there. Now the tension is going to be so hard and rough that these 3 people would look like enemies. They would tear down each other and tear down their party, the NDC, to the point that the strongest amongst them shall be the flag bearer. Now, who is the strongest amongst them? Is it the one that is favored by the president? Or the one who has bulging muscles? Is it the one who has served the party longer? Or probably is the one who is spiritually stronger than the rest? My brother, my sister, these answers are coming up in a jiffy. But these are the 3 people who are going to be contending very strongly on the side of the NDC. And you saw that in that diagram. 3 of them pulling, and 1 man on the side of the NPP pulling. At the end of the day, as the Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshun said, Kennedy Ejapon sat on the chair, the presidency, and got up immediately to hold on to one side of the thing. What does it mean? Now, let us go into this interesting bit of conversation. Who would be the running mate of Kennedy Ejapon? Watch this video. And in this video, he talks about the woman. Who would this woman be? We have all the answers here. Watch the video.
So, there is a title in that book called The Woman. There's a chapter in that book called The Woman. Obahano. There's a chapter in that book called The Woman. So I saw 2 people were running. And once the 2 of them were running, number 2 outrun number 1. So put that back of your mind. There were 2 people who were running, number 1 and number 2. But number 2 outran number 1. And can I get a chair? And number 2 got to the place where there was a chair. But before number 2 could sit on the chair, I saw a lot of arrows were thrown at the back of number 2. And this vision is, I saw on the 9th of October, 2024. And there were a lot of arrows at the back, the head, some are pierced into the head, and even the buttocks. Yeah. And as number 2 turned, number 2 could not sit on the chair because of the arrows. Then suddenly a woman appeared, and she appeared with 4 groups of people. And the first group removed the arrows from the back of number 2. The second group made sure they dealt with the wounds at the back of number 2. The third group also handed over financial resources to the number 2. Then the fourth group had the number 16 written on them. And the Lord said, the woman will be the one to pull votes from people in all the 16 regions of Ghana.
The woman would be the one to pull votes from all the 16 regions of Ghana. Who is this woman? It's a woman that initially the NPP proposed to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to pick up as his running mate in the just ended elections. Who is this woman we are talking about? There were even flyers that came out. Posters came out. Bawumia on one side and the woman on the other side. Bam. Honorable Irene Natoshi Adu as running mate. It is possible. This, according to Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Nation, would be the running mate. The number 2, who would have some spiritual attacks, come from the back, overtake the favorite, and become the favorite, and would be able to look around all the 16 regions of Ghana and be able to gather votes for the NPP. Bawumia will be out of the picture, and he will be sweating and crying. Why didn't I see this earlier? My brother, my sister, how did Blakk RASTA get this information? Who is Honorable Irene Natoshi Adu? She served as a minister before. She's a stalwart of the NPP. She is an MP. And at the same time, when it comes to foreign affairs, diplomacy and all that, she's on top of her game. My brother, my sister, is this going to be the next vice president of the Republic of Ghana come 2028? If Prophet ELBERNARD is anything to go by in terms of authenticity, then this film is going to roll in front of our very eyes come 2028. This will be the running mate of Kennedy Agyapong. But will Kennedy Agyapong win the elections? Would he not win the elections? My brother, my sister, remember, Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Nation said that in 2017, he will come out and give the details. But the interesting thing is this, and I tell you this, He's already recorded a video and told one Stephen in the church to keep the video very well and not even mention it to anybody, as you saw in that video. Zip your mouth. Another very interesting thing is this. The prophet has already spoken with the people who are going to win the elections. The one who is number 2 and the one who sat on the chair and all of a sudden got up. According to my research, speaking with all these people involved and linking that straight to ELBERNARD, having spoken with them, this is going to be the winner of the 2028 election. Canada, Japan. According to Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshan, this man is the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Insults are going to start coming. People are going to start throwing shades. Some are going to be mad and angry. Some would say that he doesn't look like a president, a man who is insulting everybody all over the place, a guy who has no morals, and so on and so forth. But according to the Spirit, as told to us by Prophet ELBERNARD, and remember, you are hearing it here first, this is the next president of the Republic of Ghana. My brother, my sister, and Canada, Japan has already been told. Yes, now Toshi has also been told by the prophet. And now what little research, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. My brother, my sister, this is what it is. Today, before I came into the studio, I called Prophet ELBERNARD and I asked him, Prof, I've done my research over what you said in church. I've called every person that you mentioned in that prophecy. And this is my finding. This man, you spoke to him that he will be the next president. That person, you spoke to her that she would be the next vice president. I am not asking you, I am telling you. And he smiled and said, Blakk Rasta, you are deep. Your research is immaculate. What? My brother, my sister, this is what will be happening to the NDC. Now, because of 3 people fighting for the same crown, Mahama will do everything he can, work and build a very beautiful legacy for the NDC and for Ghana. But these 3 people are going to undermine the work of the president. They will undermine the work of the president, fighting each other, throwing shades at each other. My brother, my sister, Brian Echampon does not stand a chance. According to the prophecy, he would be an observer waiting for his turn in the following election. If Dr. Omanibuama was alive, he would have also been waiting patiently for his turn the next year. Unfortunately, his demise is gone. This is what the prophetic can do. Believers in prophetic, this is what it is. And because of the inner wranglings, tearing down each other and fighting each other, the NDC is going to lose steam. According to Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshan, the next president of Ghana, Kennedy Akompreku Ejapon. But the NDC would have the majority in parliament. So it is going to be quite difficult for Kennedy Ejapon to be able to have his way with the majority in parliament belonging to the NDC, but the presidency in the hands of the NPP. My brother, my sister, Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Eshan has made it clear that this is what is going to happen as we wait for him to officially come out in 2027. 2 years from now, we have broken it already. Let's wait and see what will happen in the primaries of the NPP. And if Kennedy Ejapon truly wins, it means that we are on the verge of a Kennedy Japan presidency. Would these three people who are vying or going to be vying for the presidency on the side of the NDC, would they back down and just within themselves just choose one person without the inner wranglings and the fights? Watch out for the fights. Watch out for the insults. Watch out for the tearing down of each other. And watch out for how people are going to say, and President John Dramani Mahama is supporting this person. And they will rise against him in their utterances, making the party unpopular before they realize Kennedy Japan would have snatched the presidency. These are not my words. The words of Prophet ELBERNARD Nelson Ishen. And this is authentic. To those of you who believe in the prophetic, there is another prophet. Get me his photograph. He's called Prophet Kelvin. He is a prophet who has also been prophesying. And many people believe that is authentic. This prophet is a handsome young man who has also said that the NDC is going to be in power until after a long time. And the next president after John Dramani Mahama is the general of all the insects, General Mosquito. Bring his photograph, quick. General Mosquito, my brother, my sister, would be the next president of Ghana according to Prophet Kelvin. Other prophets have prophesied, but right now it's a game of authenticity. Which one of them has the track record? Which one of them has the track record? ELBERNARD Nelson Ishen is a very much feared prophet. He speaks less, but anytime he makes those utterances, they come to pass without fail. If this is anything to go by, your next president is President Kennedy Japan. Your next vice president will still be a woman, Irene Natoshi Ado. And these people I'm talking about already know because the office of the president has already contacted them. My brother, my sister, but I believe they have been told to zip their lips. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. And when we return, do we have the photo of Prophet Kelvin? Do we have it? Yes or no? Let me know quickly so that I do what I do. Yes? Give me a sign. Do you have it? You don't have it? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, it is what it is. We have more. Hey! Hey! Wayo! Come on! It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo, and here we speak truth to power. Remember to hit on the share button, share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. Story number 2. Watch this. Martin AMIDU orders CJ TORKORNOO to shut up. Martin AMIDU ordered CJ, in fact, former CJ TORKORNOO, to shut up. She became the 15th Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. She took over from a man, Eninyeboa, my brother, my sister, who had retired. And she became one of the very few females who rose to that point of calling themselves the Chief Justice. She was called to the Supreme Court somewhere in 2019 as a Supreme Court judge. And then 2 years ago, in 2023, she became the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. When Eninyeboa, the then Chief Justice, had just retired. My brother, my sister, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was full of energy and hope that this woman was going to be able to carry her duties very, very well. The first thing she did was to run to church and give thanks to Jesus Christ for making her the Chief Justice. Many were those who were in the church singing and dancing to the glory of the Most High. After all, the Bible says, make merry with people who make merry. In other words, rejoice with people who rejoice. They were happy for her. The church was so excited. But some inner wranglings came in, and the fight became so deep. Now, at the time that Gertrude Esaba TORKORNOO was made the Chief Justice, in fact, we all were excited that a woman had risen to that point. She wasn't the only woman who had reached there, but for a reason, we were most excited, even though we had come to dislike the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. The regime was nothing good to write home about. We hated that regime. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, things happened to this woman. A gentleman called Daniel Ofori decided to go to court. Not just any court, but the apex court of the land, the Supreme Court, in fact. And what was his complaint? Simple. This woman is biased towards me. I don't want her to hear any of my cases. And it was upheld. So Gertrude TORKORNOO was stopped from hearing any case that had to do with Daniel Ofori. In fact, the boss and founder, CEO and director of Whitechapel, an apparel outfit right here in Ghana. At the age of 15, he was already a millionaire. Daniel Ofori succeeded in getting Gertrude Esaba TORKORNOO sidelined when it came to hearing his cases. And when he heard that the same woman had risen to the Chief Justice, I think the best thing Gertrude Esaba TORKORNOO should have done was to invite Daniel Ofori over to say, listen, we have had some bad days and all that, but right now, I think we should put aside all these things and rise higher. She didn't know that there was a silent storm brewing. My brother, my sister. But there was a man, a lawyer, who was not happy about the appointments to the position of the CJ by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. My brother, my sister, and you know what happened? He held his peace until now. Who are we talking about? My brother, my sister. You know who we are talking about? He said Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was in fact appointing babies as Chief Justices. This is the man. We all know who he is. And watch this story from Ghana. Akufo-Addo appointed babies as Chief Justice. This is Ansa Asare. My brother, my sister, Kweku Ansa Asare. It says a former director of the Ghana Law School, Kweku Ansa Asare, has accused former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of breaching constitutional conventions in the appointment of chief justices during his tenure. According to Ansa Asare, the former president overlooked the established practice of allowing the most senior justice to act as chief justice whenever a vacancy arose. Instead, he claimed Akufo-Addo bypassed senior members of the judiciary and elevated relatively junior judges to the highest office of the judiciary. The then president threw away the constitution, which stipulates that when there is a vacancy, the most senior must act, he said. He further described some of the appointments as elevating babies to the prestigious role of the Chief Justice. Ansa Asare made these remarks whilst reacting to the recent appointment of Justice Paul Bafo-Bonney as Chief Justice. He shared his views on the Citizen Show, hosted by Kwabena Bobie Ansa on Accra 100.5 FM on Tuesday. That's yesterday, September the 23rd, 2025. In contrast, he commended President John Dramani Mahama for adhering to the constitutional practice by maintaining the tradition of appointing the most senior justice at the Supreme Court to act as Chief Justice anytime there is a vacancy. Oh, wow. So this is Ansa Kweku Asare, the former lecturer and director of the Ghana Law School. He said Nana Addo forced mangoes to ripe. He put in babies with sharp teeth as appointed chief justices. It looks like Ansa Asare might be right. It looks like he has hit the nail right on the head. Was that why Gertrude TORKORNOO made a few errors left, right, and center? Was that why she abused her office, traveled around and blew the country's money on her family, decided to go against standard norms? A committee sits, comes with a conclusion, she overturns that and goes her own way. She is the supremo, better than the committee. As we were told, my brother, my sister, but Martin AMIDU has also spoken. He's kept his silence for so long. He is a man who is well respected in the legal profession. He is a senior. He's more than just matured. He has spoken finally. What has he said? He wants TORKORNOO to shut up. Martin AMIDU breaks silence on removal of Gertrude TORKORNOO. Run it, my youths, and watch this. Former special prosecutor Martin AMIDU has stated that former Chief Justice Gertrude Araba TORKORNOO was lawfully removed from office on September 1, 2025 as both Chief Justice and Justice of the Supreme Court. AMIDU has dismissed TORKORNOO's legal challenge as inconsistent with established constitutional law, pointing to the Supreme Court's landmark decision in a J. Chum versus Attorney General and Akwete 2025-2026 ruling. Now, the removal of the Chief Justice pursuant to Articles 1, 4, 6, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is conterminous with the removal of the Chief Justice as a Justice of the Superior Court under Articles 146 of the 1992 Constitution, he argued in a statement on September 22, 2025. Dash it away. It's the same thing lawyer Thaddeus Sori is saying. And remember, we carried the story a few days ago. It looks like the Chief Justice has become so desperate. It looks like the former Chief Justice has regretted her act of sidelining a certain plea deal that she was supposed to have with the President of the Republic of Ghana, as we were told by people like Amalaba. My brother, my sister, what was the deal like? The former Chief Justice spoke with the President of the Republic. Well, I see that People want to remove me. I see the petition is coming. Many more people are coming in. I think that I will leave. And it was agreed that if she decided to resign on her own, she will resign on her salary and other benefits. But her lawyers seemingly told her that she had a case. It was time to go to court and embarrass the government and flex legal muscles. Unfortunately, everything fell flat to the ground. Now she has been sacked with no benefits. She would go home with no fowl for Christmas. All the Christmas lights are dim. And tomorrow when she decides to fly to Tanzania, she might go in the economy class where I always sit. And if I happen to sit with her in the economy class, I will have a beautiful conversation with her. As to what that conversation would be, I don't know, but I know it will be beautiful. My brother, my sister, many people are surprised that Martin AMIDU, who is a critic of John Dramani Mahama, who Mahama himself had called a coward before, has come out to support a very dicey situation that many people think it was pure witch hunting to kick out the Chief Justice. But as it stands right now, it looks like even the so-called enemies of Mahama are supporting him. Kweku Ansah himself has been a critic of this government, but he has also come out to say that Gertrude Esaba Araba TORKORNOO was a baby with sharp teeth in the world of law. There were more senior compatriots who should have been appointed, but for one reason or the other, she got herself there. What do you think about what Martin AMIDU is saying? What do you think is going on? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. When we return, we'll be taking your messages and we'll go deeper into our next story. Hey ya! Hey yo! Woyo!
Go on, Skipper George.
Blakk Pot. Kukushodemo.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Please share the broadcast. Hit on the subscription button if you haven't subscribed yet, and also the notification button. So anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Now remember, we research our stories quite well, and we go the extra mile to be able to bring you exclusives. My brother, my sister, sometimes it takes a lot of time to be able to do this. That is why we continue asking you to support a good cause. It's all about patriotism, no politics. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. Joseph YAMIN threatens lawsuit against Black RASTA. Now, earlier today, the Rastafari community, led by Ras Amdi, called me and told me, Black Rasta, there is a gentleman on radio, a former minister of state, who is threatening a lawsuit against you. It was quite early, so I couldn't listen properly. But when everything was calm and cool, I called back and they gave me details that the man who wants to take me to court is YAMIN. This is the gentleman. I remember only encountering him once in the studios of Joy FM, Hits FM, same place. And I thought that he was a very nice guy. And I've said that time and again. Very respectful young man. I call him young man because there are people who are far older than him in his chosen profession. Nana Akufo-Addo, Kwabena Dufo. This is a young man as compared to them. My brother, my sister, this is YAMIN. In fact, I admired him so much right from the start until he started misbehaving. There was a certain football tournament. I think it was the World Cup. And this man, his party, the NDC, was in power. And he shamelessly came out and said, you know what? We are flying only members of the NDC to the World Cup. If he was going to use NDC's money to do that, no problem. But they were going to use national coffer monies to send their party supporters to the World Cup. I felt that that was very unusual. Unusual in the sense of this blatant disrespect for democracy. This is favoritism. My brother, my sister. That's what he said. And he went ahead to defend himself by saying that even the other party that came and left, they were also doing the same thing. He forgot that we chased that party out for them to come in because of some of these things that they were doing. I hate it when politicians come out and all they say is, oh, you know what? The other party was doing it, so if we come and repeat the same things, there's no problem. Does a wise man speak like this? Somebody went a certain way. He got sick. And we decided to relegate the person to the background. You come and you are trotting the same path. Are you wise? For me, I thought that he hadn't made a wise statement. Many people condemned this. He never came out to apologize. That was something that made me feel that, oh, but this gentleman, why? Then we started hearing about Galamsey, to the point that the Attorney General fingered him and one Abanga Fuseni to be investigated for Galamsey. I went underground, as usual, and started talking to party members, the minister involved, my brother, my sister, and I started picking up information from different areas, even amongst party people, that this guy is a Galamsey kingpin. And that Abanga Fuseni was also a Galamsey kingpin. From party members. There's no reason party members would hate you, especially in the early hours of the presidency. And everyone I spoke to told me point blank that these two guys were the disgrace of the Galamsey from their party. So I put it out. You know what happened? Fuseni Abanga immediately called me. And he told me, Blakk Rasta, I've been involved in mining for so many years, but I don't do Galamsey. I do legal mining. And my licenses were given to me, not by my party, but by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime. In fact, he took me through a lot of things. He explained. And when I cross-checked the facts, my other side of the story still maintained that he was part of the Galamsey. But at least he tried to exonerate himself by saying that, yes, I hear people saying that. I have even made myself available to be investigated. I mine, yes, I've been involved in mining, but I don't do Galamsey. This was what Fuseni Abanga told me, and we carried the story. Videos came out of this man seemingly touting the prowess of Galamsey, and we put that out as well. Today, the Rastafari community called me and said they were listening to a radio station quite known in Accra called XYZ. And it was Honorable Yamin who was threatening that he would sue the government of Ghana and so many other people for calling him a Galamseya. But for him, the most annoying is Blakk Rasta, because he gave him a certain name that angered him, the kingpin of Galamsey. What did I do? I went to the radio station, picked up the recorded tape, and I need you to listen to Honorable Yamin in his anger, what he said this morning about me. Watch this.
And I will sue him because I'm just waiting for Iyoku report to come out. XYZ. And I'll take a number of people on legally. If you are buying for the wedding or more at the auto upon team. I'm not a friend of Rasta, Blakk Rasta.
Yeah, Blakk Rasta.
So new campaign, Galamsey campaign. Maybe he will prove the Galamsey campaign. Very soon.
So you heard him. Of all the people he said he's going to sue, he doesn't seem to remember their names, except the Rasta man. That it is me. He's waiting for Iyoko to finish up, whatever. And then he'll come. You see, for people who do not know Honorable Yamin, his father is Lebanese. He was born and bred in Kumasi. He's lived in Kumasi all this while. He is a Ghanaian, no doubt about that. In fact, his mother, who gave him his Ghanaian passport, is from Sankana and is a member of the Mona family in Sankana in the Upper West region. A region that I'm so familiar with. In fact, a region that I come from myself. My brother, my sister, this is Yamin. But because of his complexion, some people would have a feeling that he's not Ghanaian. Of course, he's half Lebanese, half Ghanaian. We don't know if he has a Lebanese passport or not. But my brother, if truly you are engaged in this dirty Galamsey, then you are not a Ghanaian, you are Lebanese. It's simple. If you are half A and half B, or you are A and B, and you do things that hurt A, you cease to be a member of A, you are B. You can't belong to God and Satan at the same time. When you do things that are not godly, you cease to be godly, you are satanic. That's the point we made. I am happy when people say that, oh, this person has spoken against me, and he's going to court if we are not able to sit down and iron it out. You know why I'm happy? He could have decided to send boys to come after me. He could have decided to call me and insult me. He could have decided to harm me in any way that he could. But he said, you know what? I'm a lawful person, I'll go to court. So people like that, I hail them. I like it when people go legal, so that in court, at least, you would also tell your side of the story. I tell my side of the story. I might be able to go deeper into my sources of information. And I'm glad that he came out to say in that interview on XYZ that if anybody has evidence that he does Galamsey, they should come out. Well, the Attorney General said it. And we based our argument on the Attorney General and much more. Now, Iyoko is investigating it. And obviously, we are all waiting for the findings. Because the guy in there called Raymond Archer, he's not a pushover. He's a man who will stand his grounds and speak nothing but the truth. I've had conversations with him concerning these Galamsey issues and all that. So my brother, we don't just talk. We talk from the throne room of patriotism. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. But that again tells you that the channel is huge. Anywhere we go, people are shouting Kukushonomo, the Blackport. Because of you, the family has grown bigger. I want to thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for sharing the broadcast anytime we are on. And thank you for making us number one. We will never put you to shame. We research our stories properly. We don't malign anybody, even if we are wrong. Whoever we have spoken against, they get to know that it's been from a genuine heart. There was no intention to malign anybody. It just came by the side. In the interim, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Please recommend this channel to many more people, right? Okay. Now let's look at the final comments and we are done for the day. Okay? Okay. So, Alsani says, one of the best programs in the country. Kudos, Blakk. Thank you so much, Alsani. I appreciate this. Fuseni Ibn Swala says, watching from the Bronx, New York, Move of Fire. We love your work. In fact, keep it up. Thank you. Woyoy! Don't mind yourself, Yamin. And this is from James Brown. In fact, well. Inusa Lukman says, thank you for thinking Ghana first. Joe DK Quiz says, Blakk, I beg, you don't read any insulting messages today. Those people are not patriots. Read patriotic messages only. Watching you live from Hamburg. Well, we normally don't even get insulted messages. You know, it's normally the patriotic ones who come out and talk to us, you know. Just once in a while, people get shocked by the truth that we give out. Even Jesus Christ, you know, they fought against him. You understand? But I do understand what you're talking about, right? Thank you so much. Balamaji says, big up yourself, Blakk. Keep the fire blazing like Akufo-Addo in the morning. Hey, my brother. You're shaking some tables. Baba Target says, good evening, Black Empire. Move of Fire. I am watching you live from Tema, live from Facebook. Problem is coming very soon. I see the problem coming. Benjamin Agri says, Black Rasta. This is Benjamin Paul Kingston. King Agri Jr., please keep it up. Love and respect, Benjamin. We appreciate you. Raz Ziggy says, good evening, Black Rasta. Please, what about Kwabena Dufour? I don't like him though. Well, the prophecy doesn't mention him. It means that he would agree with some of the party people who are saying that he will be too old. Remember yesterday we told you he will be 83, pushing 84. At the time that the elections are going to be happening in 2028. And people would use the age card, age shame him, and try to push him away. Maybe he would just stay aside. But the three contenders, Haruna Idrisu, Julius Deborah, and General Mosquito, and they all believe that they must be president because they have paid their dues, right? Johnny M. Gladstone says, fire. Benazu says, tell me more. Good evening, Black Empire. More fire. Daniel Ben says, Blakk, Baba Target. I am inside Temagol City. Okay. Love and respect. We love you. We appreciate you. Augustine Kofi says, Bawumia can never be president in Ghana. In fact, 2026, next year, will mark the demise of Bawumia's political career. I said it before. He has gone to put himself in an Akan-biased NPP and he's deceiving himself that he will make a mark. Unfortunately, his boss did not do well. So all the load fell on him. Mimi Adam Ekuya says, good evening, Rasta. Watching you live from Accra Airport Police Station. Daniel Men says, What if Baumia wins? What happens to the prophecy? The prophecy falls, boom, into the water. That's what I said. If Baumia wins, then the prophecy will not happen. That means it didn't work. But coming from somebody like Prophet Bernard, ELBERNARD Nation, do your own research and find out his track record, how the Spirit has been using him all this while. My brother, my sister, let's watch it. 2025, not 2027, my Lord. You are right. Overspeed, heat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's 2025, not 2017. You're right. Daniel Mann says, watching you from Tema, Gulf City, Blakk Rasta. Wow, looks like we have a number of people watching from Tema. And then Mimi Adam Ikuya says, never, never. All right? And Michael Mate Colley says, Lucky Dube, false prophets. Okay? Daniel Mann says, Mimi Adam Ikuya, easy, sweetheart. Augustine Kofi says, he's not the only prophet in Ghana. Know that. Well, as we said, another prophet said, Gerald Mosquito would be the next president. In fact, Prophet Roger also came out recently and said that a time is going to be coming when Sami Jenfi would also be called to be president. But he didn't say which year. All right? Okay, so that is what it is. And then Jerry George says, it can't be possible. I know it's a shocker. Yeah? That's what the prophetic is all about. So the moment Baumia loses and Kennedy wins, then you know that all roads will lead to Bernard ELBERNARD. In fact, today I asked him, can things change? He said, several years of prophesying, Blakk Rasta, hardly do things like this change. No, no way. Dominic says, Ken can never be president of Ghana. Sean Stickstorm, Wayoy Blakk, no one can intimidate you, king of the truth. Ben Azu says, Muwa Fire Blakk, watching you live from Amsterdam. Daniel Mann says, I'm also a prophet, Blakk Rasta, and I saw Baumia winning, but still NDC will beat him. Wow, Prophet Daniel Mann, what is your track record? Give us a track record so that at least we'll be able to match you with the established prophets. I know it's unfair, but that's the only way we can take you for your word. Sly Enim says, first to be in class. And JDSGH says, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Yo, Kelly Blacks comes and says, welcome, Blakk Rasta. No sound. Sound is okay. Okay. You know, when we start and we have our, thumbnail, we normally don't put a sound there. Then when we start to talk, then you hear the sound, right? Kwame Owusu Ansa says, greetings from Tokyo, my Lord. Blakk, I'm ready to learn. Preach the gospel more. Fire, no problem. Kelly Blacks says, try to pick up calls. Yes, we're going to do that. Hopefully by the close of this month, from next month, we would be picking phone calls so we can hear your sweet voices. Yes, we will pick calls. AB says, my brother, so did Kevin Taylor. Please stop this foolishness. So did Kelvin Taylor. I don't understand. Try and let us understand what you mean, yeah? Ablodema says, more fire. And fire, say Blakk Rasta. Fire, all over the place, okay? All right, so many more comments coming in. Remember to send your comments via Facebook and also via YouTube. Yao Adobo says, good evening, Prof. May Almighty continue to bless you for the good work you are doing for our dear country, Ghana. Stephen Jackson says, we are live. Good evening to you, Mr. Blakk Rasta, and I hope you are doing well. Speak truth to power. Wayoy. Raymond Agerima says, Brother Blakk, is this man campaigning for some politician? My ancestors from Zorko told me that Dr. Baumia would win the NPP presidential primary and would go on to win the presidency in 2028. I like that. So you are talking about Christian prophets. He also says that his ancestors in Zorko said that Baumia would win. He would not only win the primaries, he would go ahead to win the presidency. It's just a few days away. And I know a lot of people are going to come back to this state cut pieces of it, make it go viral. Because trust me, whatever we do, we research and go deeper than a lot of them. Blakk says, it is well. Atule Awini says, Awini Salva. Hayford McBerry says, I love your personality. You are loud inside Domi Market. Bona Livestocks. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ebenezer Watkins says, Amino. Okay. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you, for all these wonderful, comments. We want to say thank you. Those of you whose comments have not been read, it's not intentional. It's just because we have run out of time. We have taken more than 1 hour. Normally we want to stick to 1 hour. But some other time we'll take your comments. Remember to continue sharing the broadcast. And remember where you heard it first. Right here. The prophet himself said 2027 is when he will come and talk. We have broken it now. We have decoded it. Hacked into it. My brother, my sister. Maybe if he hadn't called the people to tell them, I saw in a vision that you became president. I saw in a vision you became a vice president. And call the other people to tell them, I saw you struggling for the position. Haruna, Julius, and then Mosquito. I saw you struggling. And your struggle would be so inconsiderate, you would destroy the NDC. It hurts me that Mahama struggled and came and winning just one time and going back into opposition. If this prophecy is anything to go by. And the prophet said, nothing can be done about it. It is settled. Any which way. It's been the Blakk Fort, a.k.a. Kokushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return tomorrow, we have more exclusives for you. Until then, hey, wayo! Come on!